things that makes this so different is that the people who come, the audience all know each other. You know, so it's not like going with a bunch of strangers. So there is already a community spirit that is most unique in doing those kind of things, playing villages.
For our performances, we really do get a complete cross-section of the village coming. We have our elderly population, we have families, children, and so that's been really nice because you get quite a nice mix of people coming together in the hall. And obviously, you know, you get there early, people have a chat, there's the break and people more chatting and so on. So it's a really lovely sociable evening, as well as being really enjoyable from the performance point of view.
You find that people come out who wouldn't normally come to something because it's there, it's in their village hall, it's really well priced, they know they're going to get good quality because they've heard it from somebody else who's been to the previous one. It's fantastic because word of mouth is what actually sells the gigs. Because somebody said, oh, did you see Unpacked Theatre Company? Oh, wasn't that brilliant, the way they leapt out of the filing cabinet?
The beauties of having these performances is that we have a huge age range of people who come, children through to people in their 80s. And for some of these people, it's the only opportunities that they have to get out in the evening to see any sort of professional performance. And it means a very great deal to them.
It is a very easy event to run. The financial risk is nothing. It is Villages in Action take it all away from you. They tell you how to go about getting the necessary permits and licenses, and they do all the booking forms for you. And until you've done one, you don't realise how easy it is.
One of the benefits that I feel quite strongly about is the sort of multicultural side of it. We don't have a mixed, a community with a lot of, multicultural things going on. We don't have a very mixed ethnic community. So if you get an Indian dance company or a Georgian singing group, or we had people from Prince Edward Island a few years ago, all over the place. And I think that's really enriching, and I think that's one of the most important things for me, that actually it's not just, the same old sort of, folk singer from down the road. It's actually much richer and more rewarding than that. And if you have, when we had a dance company, an Indian dance company, we had a workshop, and we had little boys of about 5 or 6 doing, Indian dance amongst this group, and up to sort of obviously adults in their, sort of 50s and 60s, but it was just brilliant, and it's something we would not have got otherwise. So.
But the village hall is such a vital part of a community, and so things like rural touring or help from our local councils and that are so crucial to keep our communities alive and together.
There is nothing like seeing live theatre and live music, but to get it on your doorstep is just terrific, and such it's so easy.
Turned to face my terror. Oh, wolf! A giant wolf from the fearsome forest. Nothing nibbling my knees! It's gonna bite! It's gonna bite!
Another factor which I think is really very important is that people of all sorts of abilities and disabilities come. We have many people who've got physical disabilities who I think probably wouldn't feel comfortable going to performances in a professional setting. But they feel very comfortable in their own community where people know them and take care of them.
For a relatively small amount of money, they provide a service in these small communities that just makes the community work. Just keeps it all together. We're very lucky. Teambridge are very supportive, and I think they recognise, because we've got such a lot of rural areas on and around Dartmoor. I think they recognise the value of their investment.
All of us put a lot of our time into the Villages in Action scheme, financially as well. We feed the performers, we accommodate them, we look after them. Maybe they might stay on for a little while next day. There's all the setting the hall up and so on. So there's quite a lot of time given voluntarily by the people involved in the scheme. But for no personal gain, but for, I guess, for the good of the community.
It's just wonderful. It brings art into the community. It's great for community cohesion, and people would miss it so much. It's fantastic.
Value for money is fantastic. I think, it's something that's actually very, very good value and really appreciated in the communities that receive money. So, any councils that are listening, I think, we do appreciate it, and we do, realise that, it's something very precious to us.
I can't imagine why anybody, any councillor who knew and had an understanding of what Villages in Action does would hesitate for a minute to put their full support behind it. Because on multiple levels it works. It works on an ecological level, as you said. It works on a social level, on a community level, on every level. It's magnificent work, and every country should have it.
By saying I like this one. Later on, we thought of Fred Astaire. We danced like waltzers at the fair and a drink amid the